sit rep. We are going camping again, obviously. This time we're going back to Wyoming because we had so much fun last weekend. Going to Vedauwoo this time, never been there. We passed by it on the way home last weekend and it looked super pretty, so that's what we're gonna do. Enjoy the nice views of nothing. Alright, so we made it to one area of Vedauwoo and we're looking for camping. It's designated spots only, and so far it's been pretty full. On a Sunday night, Charlie's exploring one spot while I stay on the main road. These are the worst washboards I think I've ever driven on. Yeah, so Charlie's exploring to see what's available, but it looks like a big area, so we might find something. We don't know if this is going to be our actual campsite, but we found a pretty amazing little spot. There's a bunch of little rocks and stuff everywhere. Someone left a coffee mug here. It's relatively flat. This is cool.
Rocks. We can climb our own rocks.
We got rocks.
There's a mug. I hope it's not full of dookie. Oh, toilet paper. I have a bad feeling about this.
Well, we're looking around. I like this spot a lot. It's pretty flat. We could pretty easily level out. There's a bunch of cows over there. Dexter hates cows. So Charlie got herself level relatively effortlessly. I am perfect, basically front to back. I hope you guys can see that. And then side to side, tent-wise side to side, I'm 1 degree off. So I'm not gonna lose any sleep over that. I'm just gonna roll with it. Let's get camp set up. All right, just like that, we're set up. I mean, I got a couple things left to do, like put the windows up and stuff, but we're basically good to go. Oh yeah. Oh, that is really good. This is a bit tricky because when the sun's out, it's very warm. Breeze feels nice. When the sun goes behind a cloud, it's very cool. Typical summer, late summer weather. It's hat time. All right, it's time to relax for a while. We got the most important thing taken care of, which is the dookie tent. This little Wolfwise tent has actually been highly decent. I think Charlie got it on Amazon and she got it for, I don't know, maybe like 40 to 60 bucks. And it's been, I mean, it is what it is. It's a dookie tent, but like it's nice, it's ventilated, it's great for showering. It's got plenty of room for showering. It's just a good little option. So if you're looking for something like this, the Wolfwise one has been fine. We don't have issues with shadowing. So like if someone's inside with a light on and it's dark out, like you don't really see what's going on in there, which is really nice. I have it set up in the shade right now, but no, it's been good. If you guys want, let me know. I don't have affiliate links or anything, but I can link cool stuff in the description if you guys want. Let me know. I'm not really sure if that's something you'd be into, but yeah, good item. I guess now's a good time to do a quick little tour. I mean, you already saw most of it. I've got my Lucy light charging in the sun right now. I don't really ever have to plug that thing in. It's pretty great. But the battery never shows full, even if it's been charging all day. Like, I think it's just a quirk, but it works fine. These are these little screen mesh things that Charlie lets me use. It's great because the airflow, the audio, the airflow lets the truck stay cooler when the Dometic is running. You guys know the iCamper. Love this tent. This is a little cheap Amazon trash bag. That thing is essential. It's been awesome so far. I'm still dialing in which size trash bags I like to use for it. The normal 13-gallon ones that you use at home just aren't big enough. And the really big ones that would fit it are really expensive. So I don't like basically figuratively throwing my money in the garbage. So these are just some cheap ones I found at King Soup's. I should probably close this so it doesn't blow away. That's the brand, by the way. I think it was 20 or 30 bucks when I got it. Here's the tailgate. This is like the main part about this whole truck for overland car camping. It's so great having this tailgate. The mountain hatch, it's been fine. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of it. It's really, really heavy, so the tailgate doesn't have the same amount of tension when you raise it and lower it. And almost all the corners are breaking I don't know why. I don't know why the corners are breaking. We are in bear territory, so this is nearby. I have other methods of defense as well. That's very important. Fresh box of wag bags. The bed's right here. Got my 2.5 bin method toolkit, which I always bring. This table ends up being for our big water jug for like washing hands and stuff like that. So that's pretty much it. That's camp. Charlie's all set up. She's very, very aesthetic right now. It's looking V cute. Mr. is being a good boy. He actually really likes this small kennel. I know it looks small, and it is, but he loves it. We like the small one because he can't move around when we're driving, but he really, really likes this thing, although he wants to come out and pee. Dexter finally calms down. He's laying down now, having a good time. I'm just sitting on the tailgate, just enjoying the views. Pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. Yeah, well, he was calm.
It's in a shit box too.
Charlie's making some veggies and rice and chicken. That looks really good. Making a quesadilla, just getting the cheese all nice and melty. We have upgraded our boxed wine to the full-size Boda box. Not sponsored, but wish we were. Well, I was making some quesadillas. I ate my quesadilla, and I got hot sauce all over me, and I'm not even drinking yet, so figure it's probably time to start. Let's dive into this. I gotta find my glass though. Where's my? I don't bring my wine glass, but I've got my. Here we go. My DX Engineering Yeti like whiskey glass. Not sponsored by DX Engineering, but I should be. I have a lid somewhere too, because there's a lot of flies. I feel like I might want to use that. Yeah, screw it. I'll just live without it. Cheers, everyone. All right, here's the situational report. I have my cheap string light attached to my rack, and we have it running from my truck all the way to Charlie's, and it is like an inch below my head. Oh, no. But it'll be on, so I'll be able to see, and it's just kind of, Dexter.
Uh-oh.
And it's just kind of attached. I hope you guys can see it. I can't wait to fire this thing off and have it going. I mean, I might just...
do mine too, or
Yeah, we should absolutely do yours too. Look at, is it hitting? It's not hitting my hat. It's getting close. Oh. All right, so basically around here I have to be careful. So the drunker I get, the more careful I need to be. Charlie is, by the way, what are you, 5'2.5"?
5'2 3/4.
Nailed it. Okay, it's safe.
In my Blundstones.
In the Blundstones.
You want to do a little video? I'm gonna run and do a little jump without spilling my wine. Ready?
No.
Ready?
Go. Nailed it. I think I need more wine. It is, I'm back on the 16, by the way. I don't know if you guys noticed, I was shooting at 24. You probably don't care, but this 16mm lens, this is the one that's been causing all sorts of hissing and noise issues, but I just hate the vlogging style stuff on the 24. It just is no good for me. I really prefer this lens. So let me know if you like one or over the other. I would appreciate that feedback, because I do need to know. I can't afford to send this lens in for repair. I think I got a quote, it's gonna be like $600. I can't afford that. So it's either gonna be this lens and it's gonna be a little bit noisy and y'all have to deal with it, or we figure something else out. But those are kind of my options right now. One thing I ended up doing is I removed my solar panel a few days ago. The mount that I had on the solar panel, sorry, I'm trying to find good lighting. I'm really struggling today. The mount that I had for that soft solar panel was atrocious. It was super loud. I kept having nuts fall off from the mount and it was wobbling at highway speed and it was just crazy. It wasn't ideal, so I have a bare roof rack right now. Charlie's phone is getting low and, you know, since I ran power into the tent, as you can see right there, that wiring goes up into the tent. I just plugged in my USB-C cable. I have a 10-foot USB-C, ran it up through this hole here, and she'll be able to charge her phone, which, I mean, this is nothing groundbreaking. I've been, you know, this is how I built it. I don't have any USB in the truck bed yet because, quite frankly, I don't own this truck yet. When I buy this eventually in a few months, when my lease is up, I'll start drilling into the bed and doing all that. But everything so far I've done is more or less temporary because the truck doesn't fully belong to me. So I'm gonna run this power here and she'll be able to charge. Chris, I can't believe you leased a truck. That's such a waste of money. Yeah, I do agree with that in a lot of ways. And then everybody who is pro lease will say, I can't believe you bought something. The depreciation is crazy. Reason I leased is because, one, I didn't know if I was gonna like having a truck. I had never owned a truck before, so I wanted to get a truck and be able to decide if I hated driving a truck at the end of the lease, switch to like a 4Runner or something. And reason number two, the lease cycle was going to end at the time that the 4th gen Tacoma came out. I did that on purpose, so that when this lease is up, if I wanted to, I could trade it in and get a 4th gen Tacoma instead. Two things happened. Thing number one, I fell in love with owning a pickup truck. I love owning a pickup. It's amazing. I don't think I'd trade it for anything. Thing number two, in my opinion, for my needs, the 3rd gen Tacoma is better than the 4th gen Tacoma. So I'm gonna keep this thing. I'm gonna buy it when the lease is up. And that's that. I love my 3rd gen Tacoma. If I didn't have a choice, 4th gen would be great. Yeah, better gas mileage is cool, but I love the V6. You know, the gas mileage sucks. I have a 90-minute commute one way oftentimes. So, you know, I'm spending a lot of money on gas, but I love having a V6 3rd gen Tacoma. I love this truck. So that answers that. I don't know if I've talked about that. When I said in my video where I got the truck, I bought a truck. I mean, technically I did, but still I have to actually buy it. What do you think? Lease, own? What's your opinion? Let me know.
Oh my God.
I lost a little bit of money on leasing. I understand that. And that was something that I was willing to do given all of those circumstances. And I would say it was damn worth it. Charlie did want me to mention, because I was just talking about it, I drove her, I don't know if you can see both of us, I drove her lifted 4Runner, 2.5-inch lift, to Golden. 1-inch diff drop. I drove it, and it's a nice ride. The 4Runner has always been nicer than the Tacoma. I will give it that for a lot of things. It is a nicer vehicle, but I prefer my stock Tacoma over the 4Runner. Now, if I lift it, when I eventually lift it, that'll be a different story. I don't know. But I do really prefer the Tacoma.
I do think it rides nicer.
The Tacoma?
Yes. Granted, my suspension is pretty clapped and it needs to, my springs do need to be upgraded since I did put 200 pounds on top. But I think that once you start, well, anytime you start messing with any kind of driving dynamics, it changes the overall feel of the vehicle.
Sure.
And if I had to do it all over again, as I was just saying, I would do actually a Tundra with an alley cab on the back. That is like my, if someone wanted to, I don't know, buy my 4Runner for $60K, like with the tent and everything on it, I'd be very open to that because I would definitely just go towards a Tundra with an alley cab next.
Yeah, I would love the new Tundra.
$60K,
The 3rd gen Tundras are so nice. But again, I have a 90-minute one-way
Dexter,
commute.
come here, baby.
Sometimes 90 minutes. Usually it's like an hour and 15 minutes. But that and trails in Colorado are very narrow. So the Tacoma is perfect. There's a lot of times where the Tacoma just squeezes through and the Tundra would not make it. But one of the cool things about this dual battery system is I can charge camera batteries, obviously. So I took sorry about the noise. I took this cheap RAV Power 2-unit USB Sony battery charger and I stuck it to my Blue Ridge Overland seat back MOLLE organizer. And now, whenever I have a dead battery, I can just slot it into place. This is really hard to do with a camera. I can slot it into place and just leave it charging, and I never run out of camera batteries. It's so nice. So reason number 6,000 that you should do a dual battery. Take a second for appreciation for our distinguished gentleman. Hey, buddy. You got belly rubs. He's happy. It's shaded. He's starting to rog out. That's what we call it when he does mischief. I don't know where that came from. Charlie's classic leveling blocks holding down the blanket. Okay, so we've decided it's time to put up the screen room. So I guess it's time to go do that. I think I'm gonna put it here, kind of by the fire pit. That way it's not like in the way of anything. I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay.
Come on.
Just like that, it's set up.
House.
I didn't record it because how many times do I need to record me setting that thing up? It is barely hanging on. It is so busted. Every time I put it away, I'm like, well, that's the last trip we're gonna be able to use it on. And it's still kicking. So we at least have this trip to go, but it breaks more and more every time I use it. It's hanging in there though. It's like an old Toyota. It's getting dramatically cloudy over in the distance there. There's some storms that have mostly completely passed us, which we've been fortunate about. Hopefully it stays that way, but you can see over in the distance there, it's kind of gnarly. All right, it's getting kind of windy. It's picking up here. So, of course, just as we put the screen room up, it gets windy, but I'm not worried about that thing going anywhere. One, because it's staked down very well, and two, because I don't care about it. I think the storms are still gonna pass us, but the wind is for sure picking up. At least it's nice and cool outside. It feels really good. Dexter is taking a little nappy poo. He's chilled out. Charlie's, I don't know what Charlie ever does. She's just there. We're enjoying ourselves. It's very nice in the screen room. We were hearing thunder in that direction, that way, and that's okay. Oh, it is getting cold here very quickly. It's going to be socks and Crocs time any second now. Oh, cold. Yeah. We got really pretty puffy clouds. You know, we might get a good sunset. Probably not because the sun's already poked behind those clouds. I kicked on the string lights just to give us some ambiance. And yeah, it's gonna get real chilly real fast, but we're gonna start cooking dinner here pretty soon. Sunset's starting to look really cool. Yeah, I feel like the camera makes it more dramatic, but it looks good. It's a good looking sunset. Can't be mad about that. Oh, my exposure is way down. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Let's bring it back to the right exposure. There we go. So, very pretty sunset. Probably not going to take any pictures. I do need to shoot a YouTube thumbnail though, so maybe we'll do that. Kicked on the fire can for a little bit of warmth. This thing's really not very warm, unless you're right up on the flame. I want to really put some lava rocks in there and make it toasty, but it's still a very pretty view. It's good if you get right up on it, but then your clothes go on fire and nobody wants that. On the menu tonight is going to be brisket quesadillas. Leftover brisket. We're going to cook it up. I'm going to wrap it in some tortillas with cheese, and it's going to be amazing. Charlie's doing brisket and rice. That looks really good. I've got these brisket wraps here. They're more like little taco burritos. I'm going to eat these up. We finished Harry Potter last week, so now we're on to Fast and Furious franchise, which there's too many of. This is gonna be great. Good morning. It's 7:10 in the morning. I'm awake. I slept pretty good. It's cold and windy. It was windy all night. Not anything extreme, but I parked at kind of an angle to the wind, so I was definitely hearing it more than I normally would. Charlie she hasn't gotten out of her tent yet. I'm sure she's awake, but I'm trying to be as quiet as possible. I just really had to get up and pee. So now I'm going to sit in the car and try and relax a little bit. I want to make coffee, but I don't want to make too much noise. That's always the issue with making coffee. I could crack into a Red Bull. No, that's terrible. I would never do that. I'm not 22 anymore. It's so windy that I moved my little bin over here to help kind of block and let the stove work better. I couldn't even get the thing lit. It was so windy it kept putting it out. I had to do it again. We're having another biscuits and gravy peak refuel, which apparently there's a hot debate out there as to which one's better, peak refuel or the Mountain House biscuits and gravy. So I'll try that one next time. I'm so excited for this. I know it's a terrible meal for me, but we're camping and I don't eat like this all the time, so it's okay. Second cup of coffee. This is the rest of the brisket that we made last night. This is left over from last Thanksgiving. I've vacuum sealed a bunch of it, smoked it about 10 months ago at this point.
Still really good.
It's still amazing. Brisket saves really well when you vacuum seal it, and it is so juicy and good. It's like fatty candy. Oh,
Especially.
We have a visitor. That thing got real close to camp. That's cool.
I don't know where they are, bud.
It's, is it lost?
Wait, I think it's trying to find the herd. It
Oh.
woke up and no one was around it.
Charlie thinks that the herd may have left it, and that's really sad. But I'm sure it will find its cow brethren. Last weekend it was moose. This weekend it's cows. I feel bad if that cow's lost.
It'll be okay. It'll find them. That's why it's moving.
Oh, it just heard him.
Huh?
It just heard the other cows. The other cows are over here somewhere. They'll get reunited. I'll never get over just how convenient the iCamper SkyCamp is to put away. It's so fast. It just sucks all up so quickly. I love it. I don't know how often I should put me setting up and closing the tent in these videos, because at some point it'll become kind of repetitive, but it's just so satisfying to watch it close up. Time to pick up some garbo. Lots of broken stuff here. It's a bummer. This campsite is, it looks really clean, but it's actually pretty trashed. So I'm gonna do my thing, pick up some stuff. Probably not gonna spend a whole lot of time picking up stuff, but I will leave it better than it was, because that's my rule. Just pick up a little bit here and there. I don't wanna, I could spend hours going crazy here, but I'm gonna look for the low-hanging fruit. That's my plan. I don't know what this is. It looks like a snot rag. Ew. That's gross. If I've said this too many times, let me know, but this is my favorite little camping hack. Get one of these little collapsible bins. Don't spend a ton of money on them. You can get them on Amazon, at any outdoor store. There's a billion brands. Just get one of them. And then what I do is on these little overnight trips, I fill it with dirty dishes. So that way I'm not gonna like repack and clean all these dishes at camp, because I'm just gonna bring it home and probably do it anyway. So load all the dirty dishes in here. When we get home, just take the whole thing, convenient carry handles, bring it down and dishwash it. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. All right, well, the wind hasn't let up. We've got camp all cleaned up. I picked up a bit of trash. we're gonna head out here in a minute and make the trek home. So enjoy that part. Well, this is a different kind of road hazard. Oh, it's a little baby. Hi, moo cow. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddies.
A bunch of little calves back there.
So I guess pro tip if you come camp at Vedauwoo, don't drive like an idiot because there's cows around every corner and you don't want to hit one of them because they are like big dogs, basically, and nobody wants to hit a big dog. All right, that's it. I'm gonna call it here. We're getting onto the highway, heading back down to the Denver area. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, do all the stuff. I'd appreciate it if you liked it, if you shared it, and most importantly, if you subscribed and left a fun comment. That means the world to me. So I think we're gonna come back here next weekend, actually, and film more different camp spots. So stay tuned, stick around, and look forward to that. I sure am. And as the last few seconds of this video, enjoy Charlie trying to pronounce Vedauwoo.
Vedauwoo. People are gonna come for me.